Yes, you know it's about to be fire blazing hot when you see the three most multi-potentialite hosts all together. I'm talking about at Sammy Flinch, at DNG Kenya, and at Daniel Weke in the building. DNG, karibu manze.
Asante sana
maze. Tumekuhava hapa kwa issue.
Imagine bana Buda, nimekuwa nikitamani sana kukuja kuona hii action. Juu nimekuwa nikiona mkitrend on Instagram, especially. Hey, sijui mlikuwa na guest mgani huyo mrembo hivyo Buda? Why do you take only the top cream guests? Na sisi happy hour ndio tunakuanga na furaha kuliko nyinyi. Hey, niliona sijui nani ameleta salsa. Ilikuwa salsa ama ilikuwa
Buda? Hiyo ilikuwa tu kaende. Unajua ile
unaona Weke pia unadai kuingia kwenye rieng. Unaona rieng imechukuliwa na huyu jamaa wa mlambeso wa mnyonyesha. Nani alishinda hiyo? Who took the trophy?
Hiyo poll iko pale Switch TV IG. Tunangoja next week tutaitoa.
Jovial was so jovial.
Jovial was still jovial.
She was lit. I was like, I gotta come on this show, man, talk to this gentleman about Punguza.
Very
necessary.
Tunapunguza nini bana?
Wewe wacha, please.
Unajua Kenya unapunguza
wewe.
Soundplate.
Huyu kwanza, where's my camera? Huyu kwanza anafaa punguze ile mambo anavuta. Please, punguza miadarati.
Na ile mambo mengine. Mwa on Insta story. Hey, Soundplate. Is that together with the work or it is baada ya kazi?
It makes business and pleasure.
Business and pleasure. I'm telling you, Switch TV. Glad to be here, bro.
And at DNG, we love your energy, and when we were told you're coming here, we said we have to have him, not just because of Punguza, because we know your potential. You've been in the industry. You know, you're what I call a multi-potentialite.
Santi.
You do a lot of things. What we did before, people don't know you're a hype man, you're an MC, you're a CEO.
Buddha.
Tell us first about that.
Yo, I do many things, you're right. I've been entertaining for the last 15 years. Imagine, I started doing music when I was 17, like straight out of Form 4. Venye unamaliza KCSE, unasema hizi maneno za vitabu, acha ziende hivyo. So I've done music. From music, I got into MCing. I've done MCing for a long time now as a hype MC, corporate MC. From there, I got into radio. Been to different stations, Kiss 100, 1FM. Then I got into television. I've worked with different stations from Citizen to Zuku Sports to name it. And right now, with the biggest youth station in the Republic of Kenya, Switch TV.
One question. Out of all those things you've done, what's the one thing you've learned that cushions all those stations you've brought?
I think one thing I can say, whatever you're doing, just come through with your vibe. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be real, be relatable, let people know who you are. Like, they need to know when they bring DP Weke here, there's something you're bringing to the table. When they bring Sammy Flinch, Sammy brings to the table. So that's me. So me, I'm just this guy, wananitanga waziri wa raha. Naletanga tu sherehe. Hata niko kwa board meeting, serious nini, oma CEO, chairman, buda niletanga form. I went to a meeting and they're like, is this the real DNG? Because you're so chilled out. You know, my day job is very serious. Like, I run an agency.
Yes.
So I'm handling corporate briefs from different categories of clients, you know, from oil and gas to banking, telecommunications. So it's very serious business. So in the meeting, pale tuna report, tuna pitch, clients ananiangalia, mbono to hype. Imagine, you know, because that's what they expect. That's the brand I've built for myself.
For yourself.
So you gotta know who you are and what you bring to the table. And be professional.
Be professional.
Always.
And speaking about kuwa the jemedari ama mtu wa raha. Pia unasema raha ikiendelea, si lazima ifike at a certain point. I think that's where the Punguza campaign is coming in. Tell us about that.
You know, Punguza is a new initiative. We unveiled it in February, and it's about responsible sexual behavior. And why we're doing this is because we're passionate about young people as 254 Entertainment. We employ thousands of young people across the country. We have hundreds of brand activators. We have supervisors. We have people we employ on contractual basis, some directly, some indirectly. And we realize that there's a problem, especially when you look at the statistics amongst the youth. For example, 33% of new HIV/AIDS infections are amongst youth. That's a problem.
Wow.
If you look at teenage pregnancy rates, we have about 400,000 teenage pregnancies annually in Kenya. Some counties are very hard hit, like Kilifi, that has 40,000 teenage pregnancies. So there's a crisis. And we can sit here as young people who are gatekeepers, who are making a difference and say, you know what, you're in Usishi. Or we can do something about it. So that's what I want to do. As a youth influencer, as an icon, as a leader, I've decided to use my influence on the platforms that I have to just empower, impact, and change young people in this country. So what we're saying is that we know that teenagers are having sex. Unfortunately, we cannot stop it. You know, people have come and tried to sell abstinence from the church. tumechill, and many others. Watu hawajachill.
Watu hawajachill.
Sami Flinch tulimuona kwenye TV hajachill.
Huyu tunamjua.
Ni juu ya baridi. Sasa imetoka nitachill.
Unaona? So unless I think we've been pretentious for a very long time as a country, saying that our young people ni wazuri, wametulia. If you see what these teenagers are doing, that they're sexually active. So what can we do? I think these things like teenage pregnancy, STIs, HIV/AIDS infections can be averted by them being responsible. So tunasema ni kwamba saisi ni holiday August, watu wamefunga chuo. We're not saying ati usifanye hivi ama vile. We're saying know that whatever you do has a consequence. Every action has a reaction, and you have a choice. Young people do not even know that things like STIs are treatable. Unapata tu unajikuna kumbe kuna dawa. Kuna dawa, haleluya. Kwa hivyo kama uko nje pale unaona unatazama televisheni hii, ujue kwamba kuna dawa. Enda utibiwe. Young people need to know that they have the right, even if they're teenagers, to walk into this chemist and demand acid. Nipe hiyo ya shilingi 10, nipe hiyo shilingi mbao, nipe hiyo shilingi 50. Because if we do not encourage them to talk about sex and to take the right direction and pretend that these guys are holier than thou, we'll have more STI infections, we'll have more HIV/AIDS infections, and we'll have more teenage pregnancies.
Okay. Now, it's good that you mentioned about teenagers, because recently there was this whole hullabaloo about the consent age for sex to be reduced to 16 years. Yes. It was proposed by the courts. Yeah. What is your take on that? Would you support that?
First and foremost, let me say, I think that it's a double-edged sword. And I've been saying that because looking at it from different perspectives, there have been opponents of that proposition saying that if we reduce the consent from 18 to 16, then we're going to have predators. Wazee wale wanatakanga hizi matunda mbichi. The low hanging fruit watavamia hiyo age bracket. That is one perspective. But how I look at it on the flip side is that if we lower the rate, for example, we'll be able to have conversations with 16-year-olds who are having sex. And in my opinion, I don't even think it has to do with the consent or are not consent age. I think we just need to think about it, that these people are having sex. Did you know factually that the youngest age of contact sexually is age 9? That 9-year-olds are having sex, and they are documented pregnancies at the age of 9.
Yes.
Age 9 is maybe standard 3. So a standard 3-year-old getting pregnant, and I'm not talking about rape or defilement or things like that. I'm talking about consensual, where it is a 9-year-old with another 9-year-old who had sex, or a 9-year-old with a 13-year-old. They're all minors, and they had sex, and there's a baby in the picture. So whether we reduce the age or not, sex will not cease to be. So the problem is not as the judiciary is proposing. That's one direction. But I think the wholehearted solution is to engage all young people and say, you know what, let's talk about this thing.
Yeah.
We're not encouraging you to have sex, but if you must, please be responsible. Know that there are condoms. Know that there are contraceptives. There's the pill. There are options. And that's the direction we're taking as Punguza. And we want to reduce the crisis. We want to reduce the number of teenage pregnancies because it's frightening. Okay. As a young parent, imagine you have a 9-year-old. That is a conversation that is happening at school. People are watching X-rated movies.
Yes, of course.
Badly. It's the number one searched for content online.
Of course, we know, and
amongst the youth.
We've actually seen the statistics.
Exactly.
But now I want to ask you a tough question in that you see the campaign is pushing towards going to the youth. That's one, which is good. But there's also the disconnect whereby in our educational system, it is teaching something else. So you're coming in after the educational system is teaching these young people something else. The society is not ready for such conversations. Yes. Do you think we need to start it as early as when someone gets to primary school?
Yes, indeed. And this conversation needs to happen in the churches. I know religious people are very rigid, and they're all about abstinence, like si halali. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
And we can take that rigid position, but if we look back at the statistics over the years, our rigid position has not helped address our young people. In fact, it's alienated the youth from religion. If you look at the churches and the youth groups, they're empty. Yeah. Young guys would rather be in the PlayStation joints, watching these movies we're talking about, or in a crib somewhere, house party, wakipiga mavela, Ama namna gani?
Really?
Let's be real. So I think we need to talk to these guys. Yes, you're saying from primary school. Yes, indeed. Because that's where the interest starts. Puberty na nzanga age gani. In 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tukiendelea. That's when people start realizing, oh my God, I'm attracted to this gender. Or I like these chiles. Or hey, manze kuna venye nina grow. You know what I'm saying? So talk to them. Let's not pretend like our young people are angels or they are robots. They are human beings who have feelings. And you know what? I think those of us who went through this thing early, we need to think about it. Like when we were younger, what did we struggle with? And how can we help a younger person, you know, go through and not make the same mistakes that we made when we are younger?
You know, it's a big thing because I actually agree with you, because if you look at even the word adult, if you look at even any dictionary, it explains it as someone who's fully matured.
Yes.
What is maturity?
Balege.
Someone who's fully grown. What is fully grown? But I want to ask you about the distribution channels. It's good that you're also in business.
Yeah.
Punguza campaign. We know the social media is there, internet is there, but what are some of the distribution channels you're using to try and get to these young people, especially those who are far in those counties that are sub kabisa?
Great question.
Sub-rural.
Right now we've started with social media because it's the most available platform of engagement. In terms of resources, it's the most affordable to engage, because all these activities, like below the line activities like events and activations, cost money. So right now we are on our own as 254 Entertainment. We're self-funding this campaign 100%. So we've committed to having some of our profits to plow back into community, because our legacy program of social impact is something we are passionate about and we're going to do, whether we have a partner or not. And so we've engaged on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out our pages, Punguza KE. Did you know that young people have mobile phones? Whether you are in the mashinani, uko Pokot, ama uko Nairobi, simu ni ile, Facebook ni ile, Instagram ni ile. So we're engaging on social. We are planning, and we've been doing a lot of mobilization and fundraising activities towards events. Obviously, we do not have control over such decisions, but we are aggressively pitching and bidding and going to talk to like-minded organizations to see, can we partner and do something. I'm glad to announce that we have our first event taking place next Friday. And we're not doing at the big glamorous events for Nairobi guys at the in CBD. No, we're going to Mta by Mta by Mta. Guys are on holidays, right? So we're going to Githurai 44 on Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Chiefs Camp. There's a youth empowerment center. So we're doing a big event there that's going to have, you know, the variety of services from family planning to counseling. We've talked about rape and gender-based violence. It exists in the Mta. So how can we talk to those young people who have experienced that kind of violence? How can we do counseling? We're going to have peer-to-peer educators. And this has been also supported by the Ministry of Public Service, Youth and Gender. They're sending the PS, will be in attendance. Health workers will be in attendance, technical staff as well. And it's an event by a youth consortium called Youth to Youth Nairobi that we're partnering with, Mashinani. And that is our first event that we're piloting. Should it be extremely successful, we roll out from Mta to Mta. So if you have an event somewhere, let me say this, hit us up at Punguza KE. Let us know if you have an event. We'll come in and plug it. We'll come and give our time. I think sometimes we say we don't have budget, we don't have resources. Your time is the resource, and we're willing to give our time. Whether there's money or no money, it doesn't matter. To condemn. Yeah.
Now I want to ask you, a lot of people are watching and are like, wow, this is a switch for good cause that they would want to be part of.
Yeah.
If they want to be part of this, how can they reach you guys?
So first and foremost,
social media.
Yeah, plug in on social media, hit us up. Our DMs are active heavily. A lot of people have been letting us know they want to volunteer or they want to participate or they want to donate. Let us know. Also have an
Give them
email.
the handle first in case.
The handle is at Punguza KE. Punguza, Punguza. Punguza KE, at Punguza KE, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We also have an email address in case you have a proposal. There's some guys who are sending us proposals for events and forums for youth. We'd love to listen and read what you want to do and see how we can partner. The email is punguza at 254ent.co.ke. And on the Instagram page, all that information is there, from the office line to the email, kila kitu. We're very organized. Yes.
You know, I cannot miss what I'm seeing on set here. Flinch, I have a question for you. Hii mambo umenyamaza sana ya kupunguza. Sijui kama una support mambo ya DNG. What is your take?
Unajua vile mimi nakuaga. I actually support DNG hapo hiyo nini. Lazima watu people are doing it. People are doing it, and plus, you know, it's a good initiative because I have a son who's 7 years old. Because when patia hapo statistics hapo as 9 years old, so unajua 2 years from now aniletee nini and nampiga mabari lakini lazima nimuongeleshe. Yeah, so it's good that you because we weren't talking atukuongeleshwa.
Yes,
atukuongeleshwa. I miss kubuki babangu akiongelesha.
Tulikuwa naambiwa madem ni wabaya. Ukihang out na madem hautaenda university.
Kweli.
Utapoteza njia.
Mazee. So unajua lazima tuongeleshwe. Things have to change, yeah? And that's the way to go, DNG. Yeah, vile na sisi tuko hapo support always. Yeah, vile unataka unatuambia tufanye tunafanya. Tunafanya.
Amazing stuff.
Our time umesema hakuna pesa lakini our time
is. And I want to challenge, man, even media personalities like yourself, DP, people look up to you. These youth are watching you every Sunday. Baada ya kanisa, baada ya nini wanakutazama DJ Flinch. Offer your time, come and talk to them. You know, you don't have to come on DJ or host, just talk. And I think a conversation is the most powerful thing that can happen because people always remember how you made them feel, and people always remember what you say to them. Like, I remember when I used to do ministry Kitambo, we used to do activations in high schools, campus, even prisons. We'd go to jail. We've been to Nakuru Maximum, Langata Women's, name a prison, I think we've been there, to minister. Kitambo, I used to be part of Kabama crew.
Amazing.
And people today tell me, do you remember one day you were in our school? I'm like, which school? I don't remember because we used to do so many activations in one day, like 3, 4. This school, that school, this school, that school. And people remember that message. It lives on.
Yes.
It lives on. And perhaps what you tell somebody might be the game changer. It might be that conversation that changes their life or their lifestyle forever.
True story.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, DNG, thank you so much. It's good when we get people who also are insightful and give us certain things that maybe some of our viewers don't know. But just look at this camera.
Okay.
A lot of people are watching are like, DNG, I would love to be part of this. What are your last words for any person who's a youth and having sex?
Yeah, I think be responsible is the best advice I'd give. I'm not going to tell anybody to abstain, man. I know that abstinence cannot be sold to a generation that is sexually active. So be responsible. Know that there's a consequence. Ukikula dry fry, kuna consequence flani. Unaweza pada ball, STD, ukedi, ama unaweza ponea, ABCD. So it just depends on kama ni siku yako ama si siku yako. So do you want to live with that risk? Do you want to live that risky lifestyle or do you want to be conscious? Kama uko na mademu watano, some flinch. Punguza, ubaki na hata wawili.
Habuda mimi kupunguza.
Jovial na mwingine. Mliona mkipendana sana kwenye set.
Brother. Sasa ujue mazee, sasa unaona zilikuwa katikati ya mimi na DP na
nimeingilia kati.
Sasa
Please.
Unajitoa kwa hesabu.
Please.
Dipini wewe pia kijitetea pale.
Wait a minute. My friend.
Plus all the fans in the DMR. Wameona hiyo video mpya.
Angalia
You know, I respect you so much. Mimi nimepunguza. Flinch ukisema kitu kama hiyo tena tunaweza kukosana naye. Usifanye nitoe jacket hapa.
Kama uko na watano punguza kuwe na hata wawili ama mmoja.
Basi alafu unajua siku hizi wanaume hatuna shida. Wanawake wapunguze.
Pia wanawake
wanawake mpunguze tafadhali.
Sasa
ongea DNG.
Atachoma. Wewe DNG atachoma bwana. Wacha.
Wanawake wanasumbua nchi hii. You know women are dangerous. Dangerous.
Tell us.
They say a woman, you know, women wako na potential. Na dem akiamua kuharibu anaweza haribu sana.
Mbaya.
Na madema wachokangi. Ati Sami Flinch ama DP wake mechoka ati mekuwa na session 3.
Haiwezi. Ni kuendelea. Yanazidi kuzidi.
Kama inaitwa nini tinga.
Na siku hizi wanatuambia ati sio sabuni
haishi. So also the ladies, ini kitu, in fact the men and the women tushikane mikono tupunguze pamoja.
Tafadhali tupunguze sisi wote.
So the ladies, if you have like 5 guys in your life, sijui ule wa nywele, ule wa dating, ule wa friendship, ule wa rent na mwingine sijui anakuanga na mita moja. Chagua moja, settle na yeye, punguza. Please. Hiki tu si ati ya matini pekee, ni kila mtu hata wazee.
Wapunguze.
Kwanza mabuda.
Kwanza mabuda wanaribu.
Mabuda kwanza wako na resources.
Juzi nilipatana na uncle yangu mazee.
Utachoma. Sasa umegeuka donko.
Wacha nichome.
Usichome. DNG man,
Yes, sir.
this has been amazing. One, because we never had a session that we discuss serious issues, because we always want to get someone who's serious about what they do and the cause. Thank you so much for coming.
Sante.
We hope that this campaign will go global, and we want to be part of this. So anytime, feel free to come to Switchboard. Everyone is going to be welcoming you, and we are ready to host you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Glad to be here, man.
Thank you so much.
Sana.
There you had it, guys. Punguza na si mihadarati peke yake, pia punguza mambo unafanya kwa kitanda. Right now we're going to get to your dedication. Remember, go check out Punguza KE on Instagram. Follow them to get to know what they're up to, and make sure you join the cause, because this cause is going to save your life or someone in your family. Thank you so much.